episode 2 of the Zone League show here on New Sports. A pretty late episode this week, I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about it yesterday. That's what happens when you have new series that just come in and you forget to record them. So here we go, let's get straight into it. Zone Premier League this Saturday just gone. New Lambton 2 drawing Mayfield United 2, top of the table game. It's what, round 3, am I right? I think it's round 3. It's very early days, and drawing is not a surprise, and New Lambton seem to do it a lot. Even their Zone League 2 team have had a couple draws this year, so even Stevens there between New Lambton and Mayfield United at Alder Park. Over at Ray Watt Oval, not Way. I don't know where I was going with that. There's no W in Ray. University 2 being defeated by Morisset United 4. Goal scorers for Morisset, Mitch Lawrence and Jamie Bartlett getting a hat-trick. Thank you to Morisset for sending those through. Big win for the Strikers. Takes them in the top 4 and a serious team and serious ambitions about where they want to be next year, possibly not next year, but in a few years. The lights upgrade there out at Austin Oval, I think it is. They've got a few fields, but Morisset United is a serious team, and this is a serious result, 4-2 over the University at the Uni. Cardiff and Dudley were postponed, and then I'll just change over to the Fox Sports Pulse app and tell you Sunday's results, where Garden Suburb 0 were defeated by that just got a little bit blurry. I don't know, this camera is not very legit. Garden Suburb 0 being defeated by Swansea FC 3. I think I'm losing my eyesight. Big win for Swansea, and now Garden Suburb, that's 3 games without scoring a goal. That's not very good. They'll want to get out of that sooner rather than later. Over at Connolly Park, Carrington, Newcastle Suns 2 drawing Beresfield United 2. You know what, I would have written down this result into the spreadsheet on Monday night or something and updated the ladder, and I didn't even realise that the Suns have drawn Beresfield. That's a big result for the Suns. I've already got my tips for this weekend. I'm about to reveal them. I might have to change that. Talking about that, let's go straight into it. Or not. I don't actually have the tips on the iPad. There you go. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll be right back. Alright, back. That was not good. Bit unprepared today, but a simple email to myself, and now I can access the tables from the computer on the iPad. This week, Zone Premier League tips. Swansea FC clash with New Lambton. Now, I've gone Swansea 3-2. The reason for that is they picked up an impressive result last week. They're at home. New Lambton sort of started the season a couple draws, so 2-2 wouldn't surprise me, but I've gone for Swansea to win. Mayfield United 3-1 over the Uni. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Mayfield flying high at the top of the table. They did draw New Lambton last week. Uni, slow start of the season, couple draws, 1 loss. Mayfield at home probably should be too strong there. Morisset United 2, Newcastle Suns 1. Now the Suns have drawn 3 from 3, so they need to get out of that habit. Drawing Beresfield last week, very impressive result there, but Morisset at home I feel will be too strong. Potentially go top of the table there, the Strikers. Dudley Redhead 2-0 over Garden Suburb. Pretty self-explanatory one, that one. Dudley, very, very quality team. They didn't play last week, so they got a game in hand, and they're 3 points off the top of the league, so I think you'll see Dudley go one way and Garden Suburb probably stay lacklustre at the bottom, at least for this week. they need to start scoring goals and winning games. Beresfield United 3 to defeat Cardiff City 1. Cardiff, unpredictable side. They've lost their first 2 though. Beresfield, they've got to bounce back at home. If they don't pick up points here, then suddenly that's 3 games without 3 points. So I don't think Barrow will drop points here. We move on to the Zone League 1 competition, where there was a couple games washed out last weekend, and interestingly enough, the Fox Sports Polls app likes to freeze every time I try and do something. So yeah, Zone League 1, let's have a look at that from last weekend. Beresfield FC 3 defeating Katara South 0. That's big. What can I say about that? Barrow, very, very underrated side at the moment. Dark horse of the competition. That's a big result right there. Stockton Charlestown was postponed. I think it was. If not, then tell me the result. It was though. It was postponed. Cooks Hill Barnsley, that was definitely postponed. I know that much. And Raymond Terrace 6 defeated Nelson Bay 1. The Bay probably wishing that had been postponed as well. Goal scorers Nathan Hanley, Josh Botham, an own goal. Morgan Reynolds and Kevin Roberts scoring 2 goals for Raymond Terrace. Big win for Raymond Terrace. Big loss for Nelson Bay. It can go both ways, that one. The Bay, bottom of the table. 3 losses from 3 games. Them, along with Charlestown, a very slow start of the season. There was definitely a result on Sunday. I just got to try and find it. And Fox Sports app has frozen again, so that's not good, is it? I can't blame myself for this today. So Warners Bay 2 were defeated at home by Jesmond 3. That's a big result for the Rams. I'm just going to close that out because I know it's going to freeze again. So here we go, the tips for this week. Jesmond hosting Stockton. I've gone 3-1 to the Rams. Stockton starting the season sort of slowly. That home loss to Cooks Hill was a big one. Washed out last week, of course. So Jesmond though, 3 from 3, they can't fault them, and I think they'll be 4 from 4 at the end of this. Barnsley to be defeated by Beresfield 3-1. Barrow in the top 4. This has come from nowhere. This wasn't a side that was expected to challenge too much. I don't know, there was a lot of talk in the pre-season about, Cooks Hill. There was talk about Stockton. There was talk about Katara South. There wasn't too much talk about Barrow, and I know exactly how. They've won games and they're in the top 4. 3-1 is a tip there at Barnsley. Barrow to win. Warners Bay to beat Nelson Bay 4-1 up there at Tomaree. Nelson Bay's in a bit of a hole at the moment. Warners Bay, mid-table, they'll want to win this one. Charlestown to be defeated by Cooks Hill 3-0 at Charlestown. Cooks Hill, I feel, will bounce back from... Well, actually, no, they won't bounce back because they won their last game. They'll bounce back from the washout, and they've still got that game up their sleeve, and Cooks Hill, I think, will climb the table. Charlestown, maybe not so much at the moment, based on how their first 2 games have gone. Katara South to beat Raymond Terrace 2-1 in what is a top 4 battle. Raymond Terrace, the competition newcomers, they flogged Nelson Bay last week, but Katara South's a different story, especially at Katara. That's going to be a tough one for the visitors. 2-1 is the tip there. Katara South to beat Raymond Terrace. Move on to the results from Zone League 2. Westlake Wildcats 2 defeated by Maryland Fletcher 4. Tim Mason getting a hat-trick and Peter Hubbard also getting on the score sheet for the Bulldogs. Decent win there for Maryland. 4-2. That was the only normal scoreline of this competition last week. That's a 6-goal game, and that's hardly anything compared to some of these others. Hunter Simba 7 defeating University 5 defenders is what I wrote. Question mark, question mark, question mark, because I don't think there were any in this game. Uni had upwards of 15 players out over 2 grades. Simba were missing 2 or 3 important players. 7-5, Simba winning it. That's crazy football, isn't it? 12 goals. But at least it was evenly spread. This game, Merryweather advanced 13, Madawi 1. I really don't know what to say about this. Madawi weren't actually missing. From what I've heard, Madawi weren't missing too many players. I don't care if you're missing 5, 6, 7 players. You can't lose 13-1. That's pretty horrific for Madawi. I don't want to forget about that quickly. This isn't going to help. This will be painful for Madawi. Goal scorers for Merryweather: Caleb Sharman, Alex Parker, Adrian Manel, Ross Cairns, I think that is, it should be Cairns. Greg Price got 2, Josh Denere got 2, and Craig Handy got 5. 5 goals. Could have beat them himself. 13-1. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything more. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's a really, really bad result for Madawi. A lot of goals scored there. 25 goals across 2 games. 31 goals across 3 games on Saturday in Zone League 2. Fox Sports app has frozen again. Getting used to this. We move on to Sunday's results once I can get them up here. Hamilton Olympic 5 defeating New Lambton 0, and Wallsend FC 7 defeating Muswellbrook FC 4. 7-4, another one of those score lines that just, I don't know, there was, off the top of my head, that is 16 plus 31, 47 goals scored in 5 games of first grade in Zone League 2 last weekend. That's just crazy. The scorers for Wallsend against Muswellbrook: Callum Caldwell got 3, Ethan Coker got 2, and Lindsay Fish got 2. I could have swore I got sent goal scorers from Hamilton Olympic, but no. They're flying high, Olympic, what can I say? Very talented team, a lot of players though from NPL last year, 22s, 19s. That's what I've heard. Either way, they're flying high. And the tips for this week: New Lambton 2, Merryweather advance 4. New Lambton, they've got to get out the drawing habit. Merryweather just too good last week, and as if you'd tip against a team that scored 13 goals last week. I've tipped Hamilton Olympic to go to the university and win 5-1. Olympic's just going to whitewash this competition. That's what it's looking like at the moment. 21 goals in 3 games. Who's going to stop them is the question. Muswellbrook 2, Westlakes 2, up there at Muswellbrook. The Eagles could win this, and that would be a massive result there. They're in a real tough situation at the moment. 0 from 3. Madawi 1, Wallsend 6. Wallsend second place. Madawi, they've conceded 25 goals in 3 games. That doesn't really fill me with confidence about tipping them against a team like Wallsend. Maryland Fletcher to defeat Hunter Simba 3-2. That's probably the match of the round, I'd say. Maryland and Hunter Simba in this grade. 3-2 is the tip at Curricka Oval. Finally, Zone League 3. And I say finally, but no, I've been enjoying this. Next week I will remember to record this beforehand and make it not go up on Thursday afternoon/night. And this Fox Sports Pulse app, this is just annoying, it just keeps freezing. Okay, here we go. Argentine 2 defeated Bulwarra Lawn 0. Dudley Redhead 4 defeated Abermain 2. Cahaiba 2 defeated the RAF 0. And Mayfield United 2 were defeated by Edgeworth 3. Just checking if I've got any goal scorers. All the games were played on Saturday, so I should be checking Saturday's review, not Sunday's. That's instinct right there. We move on. Edgeworth scorers, James Anderson getting a hat-trick to defeat Mayfield 3-2. Crucial game by James Anderson there. Over at Cahaiba, Zach Burleson scored directly from a corner, and Jeffrey Clark also got on the score sheet over the RAF. I take that back, that was pretty bad. Hamilton Azuri with the bye. Azuri the more fun club. Sorry Olympic, but I think that's true. I don't know, I'd love to see Olympic v Azuri, that'd be quite something. Maybe in the FFA Cup next year. Alright, so Argentine lead the way on 9 points, 14 goals in 3 games. They're killing it at the moment. I don't forget, I think it was Ty Goldsmith, something like that, that has scored 10 or so goals, maybe even more now for Argentine. Just killing it. In form. Cahaiba 2nd, Azuri 3rd, Dudley 4th, and all the way down to the RAF in last place. 2 losses from 2 games. The tips for this week: Dudley to go to Edgeworth and win 4-3. That's probably a fair tip. Edgeworth are a little bit unpredictable at this stage. RAF to be defeated at home by Argentine 5-1. Argentine just too good at the moment, and the RAF aren't in the best of form. Maybe 5-1's a bit harsh. Hamilton Azuri 2 to defeat Cahaiba 1. Probably the match of the round there, top 4 clash. Azuri, very, very good team. Bye last week, and I think they'll climb up further. They'll jump Cahaiba on the table this week, in my opinion. And finally, Mayfield United 2 to defeat Bulwarra Lawn 1 at Stevenson Park. So that's the Zone League tips and previews and reviews and all that. The Zone League show. That's it. It's done for another week. I'm going to try and remember to do it on time next week. Good luck to all those playing this weekend. The good news, the very good news is, 1, it's not a long weekend, so there won't be people going on holidays. 2, there's no Groove in the Moo, so there's not going to be teams missing 10 players or something. And 3, that last one, that's going to be controversial. I can see some people getting annoyed with that, but I guarantee you there were teams missing players because of that concert. 3, it's not forecast to rain, so how good's that? No rain, no Groove in the Moo, no long weekend. Enjoy your Zone League football, round 4, and I'll see you next week for the review and preview of round 5. Thank you.